I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, and stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
Well, hello, I am Matt Fox.
Hey.
And they still call me August Skitchlight.
Hey, we are in the palatial Man Cave suite of the Podcast Your Voice studios.
Yeah, my first time in the new digs.
Yeah.
Very spacious.
It's I feel like I can just run around.
So much room for activities.
And put a pole in here somewhere and have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
We could bring like the Detroit Party Marching Band in here, and there's enough room to have them just jam away. And...
you could. There's room for a band. I'm like, people have asked if they could bring a band in. Oh, I want to bring a band. I'm like,
sure, the rest of the building would love that.
Yeah. Hey, it's family that owns the building, so
that's true.
I can get away with all kinds of shenanigans
and tomfoolery.
Gentlemen, you've been well.
Yeah, long weekend,
Yeah.
Well, for you.
Yeah, those of us government employees.
Yes. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So people listen whenever, wherever, however, but it is the Martin Luther King holiday. So
this is the first Martin Luther King holiday that I've worked in 20 years.
Oh, he was a banker. He was
Mr.
banker
Bank
boy
guy.
before that. Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got squat to say about my hours, buddy.
Yeah, it's a different game now. But so it's the newer part of the year, and all the lists come out, and the award shows are happening, and everybody's getting a blue ribbon, and
everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Yeah, not everybody wins, but there's the lists of winners come out, and one caught my eye because of the bottles on it, and I thought it was really interesting and intriguing because there were some interesting bottles. So
it's an eclectic mix.
Yeah. Whiskey Advocate. So I was perusing it, is all those things that hit my timeline, and Whiskey Advocate, they put out a list of the best whiskeys of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So things that came out in 2022 that caught their eye and were tasty. And the number one on the list.
Are you going to spoil it right on the right from the get-go?
Was surprising.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it was.
Just because of the brand name, it's a ye old standard. And so, but what are some of the other lists? Some of the other ones before we get, because we have it. Spoiler alert! It's on a picture frame anyway, but there's people watching will be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some of the other ones we're going to get to, because we have the number one bottle here. We're going to taste it. What are some of the other ones that were on the list there?
I got to be honest with you, fellas.
And it's a whiskey list, so it's not just bourbons. There's scotches.
There's a lot of scotches on here. A lot of things that I wouldn't even want to try.
Interesting scotches. The bottom one. What is the number 21?
Oh yeah, I can't even pronounce that word.
Yeah,
it's like a Scottish
something with a C.
Something.
Craigalecci.
Yeah. They had that. I just saw that they had it on the shelf at Kroger, and it was $49 at Kroger.
Oh, so
and that's Kroger. Kroger's really good about being, manufacturer list suggested price here in Michigan.
Yeah.
And so I was looking. I was almost got it. I'm like, but we got enough whiskey to drink. I'm like, it's a weeknight. I don't need to get scotchy on it too.
The number 17 bottle is
coming in at number 17.
Was it's from India, and I never thought of India as being a hotbed of whiskeys, period. But they made a list with all of this Scotch, Tennessee, and Kentucky bourbons. Have a whiskey from India.
It's
Indy Trini the Three Wood.
It's you know how hard it is. What is it called?
It was my nickname in college.
Oh.
Yeah. Indri Trini the Three Wood.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a.
From this point on, you are known as Indri Trini the Three Wood.
Or just Wood for short.
Okay.
So that's kind of it's interesting from all around the world.
Yeah, that's the thing. A number of episodes back, we had the gentleman from Tel Aviv, Milk and Honey whiskey. And it was a Sunday morning. You and I are sitting down having a conversation. Yep. We're drinking our coffee. They're drinking on their whiskey.
Yep, whiskey. Well, I broke down. I drank the whiskey. I didn't care.
It's Sunday.
Yeah.
There's a lot of items on this list. A lot of picks that I've heard of a number of them. But there are some that I have never heard of.
I love that.
Yeah, it's not uncommon though.
I love the.
No, I like the Tomatul cigar malt Olosoro sherry whiskey. It's sherry cask finish, and I would definitely try that.
Yeah, I'd be all over a sherry cask finish, just like there's an oak barrel, just a couple different barrel finishes in here.
Yeah,
that they advertise as, you know.
All right, what are some other ones that were jumping out to you guys on the list? We'll just like so. All right, so 20 was the Scotch. Matt pronounced it.
The number 21.
Yeah.
The Craigellachie.
Yeah, and then
I probably butchered it, but
yeah. All right,
but
coming in at 19 was what?
19 was Teeling Wonders of Wood Virgin.
Well, I've had Teeling whiskey before.
Yeah,
it's a Scotchier whiskey.
Yep.
But nothing with all those words in it.
Yeah, it's a Teeling Wonders of the Wood Virgin Chincopen Oak.
Nice. All right, is it a whiskey or is that a Scotch?
Well, see, that's the thing. There is so much in here. It is pot stilled. It looks like it's a whiskey. Pot stilled whiskey.
Whiskey. All right.
Mm-hmm. Dublin made.
Dublin. There you go. Yeah, a few of these are from Scotland and Ireland. Several of them. And then what's next up there?
Oh, I just lost it.
Well, this Nelson Brothers Reserve is one I want to try. And there's a Bardstown in there too that I could probably get from
Nelson Brothers Reserve.
Yeah, that's out of Oregon though, I believe.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. I'm wrong. It's Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. The other one I was looking at was Oregon.
Does it have any tasting notes or rating notes on it?
I was looking at that. They really don't have too many notes on tasting notes and what have you.
Red berry, vanilla, malt aromas, melted marshmallows, coconut shavings, and baked apple. That's a whole lot of action to be
baked apple.
Yes, baked apple in my bourbon.
What is the number 18 was Hardin's Creek Colonel James B. Beam. Say that 3 times fast.
No.
That is, of course, it's a whiskey taken off the still at a much lower distillation proof. Actually. So ABV is at 54%. Scored a 93, so not terrible, but it's kind of got that old-fashioned feel of donuts and vanilla birthday cake mouth feel on that one.
There's a couple on this list that you expect, right? If you you were going to tell me here, there's 20, name me, you get 5 shots.
Right.
I'm probably going to hit 1 or 2 of these. I would have brought out Middleton's. I would have thrown out Redbreast. Those are both in there.
Where'd Redbreast come in?
Second.
Oh, number 2.
Number 2. And there are so many different versions of Redbreast now. We got a hold of some of that when we were at the wine garden.
Yes.
Got to try some of that stuff. And it was like, whoa, getting that Tony's bottle was nice. It was nice.
Number 10 was Nelson Brothers Reserve, and you said you'd never heard of that. August.
Yeah, and it intrigued me.
I'm sorry, Wood.
Yeah, Wood. 3 Wood.
Yeah, you'd never heard. No, I had never heard of that either. Because like I said, there's a number of bottles on here that I had never heard of.
Yeah, this Blue Note Juke Joint Uncut is something I'm going to keep my eyes out for too. That's a nice bottle. I just want to have that bottle on my shelf.
That was my football name.
Juke
Joint. Yes,
Juke Joint.
Juke Joint.
Or Uncut.
Uncut, yeah. Just right on through.
Uncut.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right.
Took me a second.
We've gone juvenile already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
All right.
That's what we do.
You said Bardstown was on the list.
There is a Bardstown.
It's a rum barrel finished.
Yes, that's the one I was looking at. Yeah, we chatted about that one earlier. Yeah. This is one of the more expensive bottles too. That Bardstown comes in at $160. That Middleton's at $200. Good luck finding a bottle of that for $200.
Do you got a limit on what you'll pay for a bottle of spirits?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Yeah, I will go if I'm gifting. It's around $75-$80. But I personally won't buy anything more than $60.
Yeah. Do you find it just is kind of lost? I mean, this is because you can find $30, $40, $50, $60 bottles that are just fabulous.
Right. My new hot streak, as I've been the last few gifts I've given have been Wild Turkey Rare Breeds.
Nice.
And,
people are like, whoa.
People don't know. They don't know until they don't know.
Yeah.
So and as everybody's fighting for other things, and it's like this is on the shelf all the time, and it's pretty damn magnificent. Pretty damn
good. Yeah. I lost a soccer bet when Chelsea lost to Tottenham or beat Tottenham, and I had to deliver a bottle of yes, I'm a soccer nerd. A bottle of Rare Breed rye, the 100 proof rye.
Wow.
Okay.
Delivered that at dinner the other day to my buddy, and it's like, yeah, damn it. Chelsea.
Damn you, Chelsea.
So I think you have it. Did we announce what the number one was?
I didn't mention it. Okay. I did not mention it yet because it was interesting. It surprised me. The brand name, you don't because it's such a standard. you don't. It's surprising, but it was Jack Daniels.
But it's not
your grandpa's Jack Daniels.
Not your grandpa's Jack Daniels. Yeah. No, so this is this year they came out with a couple different iterations. They have a rye, and then they have the regular Daniels, but is bottled in bond.
Which means
so we've been through that.
Yep. So it's 100 proof. 4 years at least.
At least 4 years in the barrel.
And then government bond in a government bonded warehouse and 100 proof for 4 years. And then this bad boy is a liter. I bought it. It's a liter of cola. So but it's a liter. I was like, this is a nice hefty bottle. But yeah, it's coming in on a liter. Maybe that's why it was $49. Because we have the regular Jack Daniels, just the old number 7.
Well, we got to compare them
standard, because I figured it would be a good idea to.
We got the nice glasses for the bottled and bond, and then the Jack Daniels itself. We'll just swig out the bottle
right out of the bottle,
old fashioned style.
I would put it into a paper bag, and we are on our way.
That's right.
But we were lucky enough to talk to the master distiller, Chris Fletcher. If you want to check that out, the link is in the show notes.
Yep.
Episode 18.
Right.
Sherman set the Wayback Machine.
At the time when we spoke with him, he was the assistant master distiller. He is now the master.
He got that man cave bump.
Right.
And propelled him right up to master distiller. And we had nothing to do with it.
He was just a Padawan distiller.
But that's
nothing to do with it.
When we talked to Chris, we had tried the Sinatra. Was it the Sinatra Select?
Sinatra Select, yep. And then we had the Eric Church, barrel picks, and then just the Jack itself. So we were talking about the Eric Church. I was trying to get Eric Church.
Isn't he a country artist?
Yes, he is.
But he was working with Jack doing some barrel picks, and it was really cool because part of the proceeds went to firefighters. So that was kind of neat with Eric Church doing that. So let's crack this bad boy open, shall we, and give it a whirl. Are there are there tasting notes somewhere on this? Or there
are.
Do we want to do a spoiler alert, or we just want to try this on our own?
I don't want to.
If I don't read the tasting notes, I'm not going to know what I'm tasting. I'm just not that good at it. I'm not a master distiller.
So the power of persuasion compels you, because we'll say something and Jamie be like, I know, I can feel that.
Yeah.
He's susceptible.
Cranberry and cumin, sure.
All right, here comes the bottle pop. Hang on.
Here we go.
Here it comes. Oh boy. Here it is.
Oh, nice.
That's the
nice.
That's the fresh crack there. Oh. Let it breathe a little bit. All right, so we got the nice Glencairn glasses.
So what they were looking for in this, just what I'm reading, was that they're trying to find some different aromas of, some of the herbs and some of the smaller berries, like your cherries and what have you, but dried. Even the dried banana feel, if you will. They weren't going for, you take your banana, you peel it, and that's what it's going to smell like. No, they went for the dried feel.
Okay, a dried banana.
A dried banana, dried cherries, dried herbs and what have you.
Okay.
So,
because it's in specially selected dried banana. There's a specially selected barrels that they put it in. And then again, aged at least 4 years. So this is, I think, oh, wow, yeah.
It's got the notes written right on the side of the bottle, too. Caramel, rich oak and spice.
All right, so this is decidedly not Jack Daniels.
It does not smell like Jack Daniels when on the nose.
Because Jack is it's so renowned. It's
that cowboy blood over here.
It's so fresh.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's how you got to open it. It's so distinctive, and it's so well known because it's such a staple. You get your nose into this bottled in bond,
and we've talked about how hard it is to make a bottle of Jack Daniels taste the same every year for the last 100 some years.
I mean, I am kind of getting that banana off of the nose a little bit.
Oh my god, yes,
I really am.
I'm
putting my nose all
I'm getting the proof.
I'm
getting the proof off. Once you sniff the OG here, you're like,
I'm not falling for a banana in my tailpipe.
Don't knock it till you try it.
So that's not your tailpipe.
All right, let's give it a sip here. And do we have ice cubes to add for the second?
We do. Yeah.
Try it naked here first.
Right. Oh, that's
Can't talk.
No, actually,
Back of my throat's dry.
Oh,
that's actually not Jack Daniels.
No,
not what you're used to when you.
There's
drink out of
nothing
Jack.
about this that would make you think you're
Ooh,
drinking
it's
Jack
nutty.
Daniels off the.
It's
nutty.
nutty.
It's got nuts on there. And that's funny because the palate they're saying is like a honeyed peanut. Almost.
Yeah, that's
know?
nutty. That is nutty,
And
and that's before you said it.
Yeah, and that's according to the Whiskey Advocate. What I'm reading here.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
what does this? When you caught this bottle in a local retail shop, what did this one cost you?
This is the liter, and it was $49.
I did notice it was larger than the other Jack Daniels
Mhm,
bottle.
mhm. This one was in the pool. There was a little shrinkage.
Well, it is cold and rainy outside.
That was
But as this like I've only hit it once, but it's continuing to, sit back.
I'm smelling I'm smelling the bananas. Yeah, there's tumblers in there and ices.
I'm getting a little bit of pepper, little pepper back there.
The
The cutest little Eddie Bauer cooler that brings the ice cubes.
So those are crappy ice cubes, and then there's the nice super clear ice cube. Well, you want those for the rocks classes. We'll pour some stuff over. Yeah, that won't
just-
fit in there. There you go.
Yeah.
You want to do one over that?
Yeah, let's give
It's
it a
actually,
try.
I'm very surprised by Jack Daniels the Bonded here.
Nutty. It's nutty. And the nutty is like lingering.
Mhm.
The nutty is the finish, the long finish here. What are
Very
like?
surprised.
What are the? Yeah, no,
It's got that
it's
it's got that
oily, very
amber.
oily legs.
Well,
Very,
now I got the oil coming out because I dropped the ice cube in.
You
Like,
did,
our
is it-
friend
oh,
from Old
whoosh.
Forester taught us, how to eyeball that. And
yeah. It's you can see the
See the
swirls and the
see the
oils,
yep,
the
see the
water,
changes.
water and oil.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mm.
I would actually, because we always talk about,
I would just
Kill
keep
me.
doing this neat.
keep kill, marry, screw. I would definitely marry this, and I would keep it around and share for a gathering or what have you.
bottled and bonds do not go well, I believe, straight for me. Those are the ones, the 100 proofs. I like to have a little water in it or a little ice cube in it.
I got.
Normally.
I'm getting a
That's
little.
fair. That's absolutely fair.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a little like icing,
Like vanilla icing, almost?
vanilla icing. Yeah, on the when you're taking the fresh sip
Yeah, the bottle is a
getting
little
that.
chilly.
of vanilla icing. Yeah, it's been in the car, so it's been in the car since I bought it. So it's been on ice. Doon 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 doon.
Yeah,
Mm.
and a silence filled the room.
I just want to keep
Yeah.
drinking this. All right, podcast over. We're drinking.
All right, so podcast is over. Like, subscribe, do all those podcasts.
No, it's not. We're not nowhere near.
We're not
done.
there done.
I'm gonna throw an ice cube like Augie did into the
Yeah, but if you are,
Glencairn there.
if you're hanging out watching on the Facebook Live or
and then we can
listening,
do.
oh, look at those. But
Yeah.
yeah, like, subscribe, do all those podcast things and those
Oh my God,
podcast
I never
places.
said that-
We
that
really
stuff.
appreciate everyone hanging out with us and
Yeah.
learning a little bit and taking what we have to say and be saying they have no idea what they're talking
You should
about.
drink along with us. All right. So is that breaking down? Oh yeah, that is breaking down. So we threw the ice cube in,
You guys did.
and it's breaking down.
I think it's a better product, personally.
with a little bit of water to it there.
See, I don't know because before we started recording, I was munching on some like cookies with chocolate,
Okay.
and my palate already had that chocolate on it. I'm wondering because this is actually hitting me really nice, neat. You guys added the ice cubes, that's absolutely fine. But the chocolate
thanks.
feel, yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for approving.
Yeah, the chocolate feel has actually hit me really nicely. I'm enjoying this.
So, So the favorite whiskey, then so Whiskey Advocate brings us in at number one of the best whiskey
Now,
of
most exciting
of the-
whiskeys. I
Oh.
think there needs to be a distinction. They're saying it's
Okay.
the most exciting.
most
So maybe-
exciting. I'm
maybe it means
excited
it
about
caught
it.
them off guard, and it was like they didn't expect it to be like this. and the
Yeah.
price point. That's
Yep.
kind of the take I'm getting.
I'm excited too, and absolutely, I'm excited about this.
The most exciting whiskeys of 2022. Yes,
because it scored a 97, which is pretty dang high.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
And yeah, it's I'm like really impressed with this. I want to get Chris back on, Chris Fletcher,
yeah, I would love to.
the team of Jack Daniels. I don't know if I'm curious if Chris is, and the color is a little darker. If you're looking at the bottle, it's slightly darker than your regular.
Your old number 7.
Yep, the old number 7.
Right, so now I got to put the cowboy blood in the other glass here and do the side by side. I got a feeling I'm not gonna like it.
You go right on ahead and do that, August.
Yeah, that's like the one time I put.
Should I bring some Coca-Colas down here?
I did regular Jameson and Jameson Gold Reserve side by side. And you never want to drink Jameson again. It's just like you just want to
ruin you for it.
Oh,
I got the black barrel Jameson sitting at home. Yeah,
it's like terrible.
So, but Jim Beam, like the same thing with like Jim Beam. It's like it's actually. Because it's such a standard, you forget, All
right. Oh, look at that. The separation has begun. I put an ice cube in here.
Oh, you lowered yourself, huh?
No, I didn't lure myself. I knew I was going to go for an ice cube.
I get icing. I get sugary icing on the first as the sip begins at the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the nutty finish.
It almost
that's what those are the two ends of it for me. Even with the ice in it.
When I added the ice, it moved to more of a Scotch feel for me, like right away.
Really?
It was weird. Yeah. Oh, I'll be right back, fellas.
All right. So it's I didn't try the old number 7. I want to pull up an old number.
It's when you drink it next to a bottled and bond, it doesn't have the legs,
right?
It's just how I remember it.
But it's a weeknight.
It's a weeknight. It's never stopped us before,
right? So I have never really nosed Jack Daniels, right? I've never really.
I can say not the regular Jack Daniels. I've
never really stopped
Gentleman Jack. I absolutely have.
Yes. Now I don't know if I've been spoiled by the
absolutely.
Yeah.
We've been spoiled by everything we've been doing. So
I'm gonna eat
a
chip.
Hear our crunches as we clear our palates with salty
clear
snacks.
my palate with a Frito chip, and then crunch. That's some good radio there. Oh yeah. That's yummy. All right.
Well, I don't really want to finish that Jack Daniels now that I have the bottled and bond with an ice cube here. It's just making me smile.
So there you go. That's the old number 7 is.
So that was a liter for $50.
Yep.
And the regular fifth of old number 7 is what? That's still a $25 bottle. Okay.
25.
All right.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm back.
I can't say it's the most exciting thing I've had in 2022.
What was the most exciting thing?
And that was gonna be my next question. So what was your favorite of the past year?
August, you want to
well, I mentioned it earlier. I started to fall in love with the Wild Turkey rare breeds.
Okay.
And there's a couple of those out there. There's my go-to standard when I'm high end is always my Basil Hayden barrel aged rye is a go-to.
Dark rye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a Michter's rye and Michter's blended American whiskey, which is a blue label. I'm also a fan of. That's very drinkable.
I had the Michter's a number of times this past year, and I have to say that I have enjoyed Michter's tremendously. That I've tried.
Oh, and one more thing, the Malort barrel aged.
Oh, good.
Are you
Lord.
serious?
We had it last night.
What are they barrel aged in? Manure barrels or what?
They have a Malort. There's a Jepson's bourbon now, and they have a barrel aged Malort, and it really takes the bitterness out of it. We're doing it last night. Yeah, someone got a bottle of that in a White Elephant, and we cracked it open, and I'm like, oh yeah. Doesn't taste nearly as grapefruit rindy. But the list said exciting. It didn't say good.
Listen,
right,
and I was excited about Malort's barrel aged.
There's no point in pruning a dead tree. Okay.
Hey, I'm bringing a bottle of that in. We're gonna drink that next time.
All right. So we should.
This is like a Conrad's trunk type episode. He always has that stuff with him.
The Malort,
It definitely mellows out in the bourbon barrels.
Okay, if you say so.
I say so.
All right. So that was your most exciting.
I'm not saying it's like the Redbreast 12 year. I'm saying it's exciting because it's different and it's a whole different shot to your face.
Bill said he is Mr. Jack Daniels, and how dare us drink this without him?
Yes, he is a Jack. Well, he's a Jack and Coke drinker, so he's a Jack and sugar water.
He also said you could drink Malort anytime without me.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
This
Big
is,
Bill.
I got
you can slide that back.
So for the past, we've talked about this a number of times. When you drink whiskey, when you drink bourbon, when you drink spirits, it's about the experience and where you're at, right? Oh,
I don't
just
know what's going on. Okay,
we're just moving stuff around because
getting technical.
we have another visitor. But the experience that you have is really kind of based on your surroundings, right? So
Sure.
This past year, Thanksgiving wise, it was for me, it was the High West Double Oak. Right? It was, I'm sorry, not Double Oak, Double Rye is what it was. It was the Double Rye High West. And it was super, super nice. And it was Thanksgiving, right? So it's your surroundings, you with family, and there was a bottle there, it had never been cracked. And I'm like, why not? I'll do it. All right. But I was the only one drinking it. So it was more for me.
My brother and I
Even
got
better.
my dad
Right.
got him hooked on the Woodford Reserve Rye.
Oh yeah.
He loves it. He'll
Really?
go store to store to try to find it. And there's a bottle under the kitchen sink at all times. I
I
don't know what it is about like grandparents and having a bottle of hooch under the kitchen sink. I mean, at my grandma's house, it was always black velvet.
I got a couple.
dad has
I got
upgraded a bit.
Canadian Club. Yep, that's the
Under
Canadian
the,
Club.
bunch
is
of
down
cleaning products and a bottle of whiskey. It's
Yeah,
kind
my-
of what's under the sink.
My mom, it was a box of wine in the fridge. She never knew how much.
Hey,
was
but that's
left.
where they go. It's not like putting it under the sink with the cleaning supplies.
Well, my grandfather was the gallon jug of Kessler's.
Oh boy, yeah.
That was like,
I've never been convinced that Kessler is actually a whiskey.
Ah.
To me, it's just like a sugary brandy
Yeah.
thing. It counts as whiskey, but man, I don't know. All right, technical
There
sound.
we go.
Boom, bang. There we go.
My
little
ears.
short in the mic there.
Hey,
I don't. Whatever that reason that microphone is, you got to scream in it once before we start recording. I didn't know we ever. But no, the people listening to the audio version, we another show's recording after us. It's the Motor City Hypnotist.
yes.
David Wright is here with us.
I am
He
here
rolled in a couple
after
minutes early.
After a holiday break, and now I get to enjoy a little drink prior to showtime.
That's
It's
it. So
your first recording of the new year.
It is.
So
it
happy
is.
New Year.
It is.
Absolutely.
And so our first recording of the new year, we're looking at a list of the best interesting whiskeys from the last year.
Most
And
exciting.
Jack Daniels Bottled and Bond came in first, and we were surprised that it was the Jack Daniels brand because it's such a staple of a brand. It doesn't get the respect I think it deserves. And same thing with Beam. It doesn't get the respect it deserves.
Well, I don't know. How
and they're
long has this
good in their
Bottled and
staples.
Bond been around? I mean, has this been?
This is new. This is new this
I
year.
can't believe it's the first time that Jack Daniels has released a Bottled and Bond. It has to be. It has to be other versions of it. We just got to Michigan or something. I don't know.
Nah, I do believe these are new
Really?
iterations
All right.
this year.
Nice.
And there's a rye version and the regular version.
Oh, the rye would be interesting.
Yeah.
I have
I'm a
been
big
cheating
rye
towards
fan.
the rye.
And they're-
lately.
and they're
That's kind of
reasonably-
been my thing.
And they're reasonably
Ooh.
priced. They're reasonably priced, right? So it's like $50 for the liter.
Yeah,
a
liters,
liter of cola.
that is a game changer. The leader is bigger than a fifth.
and we've talked about Bottle and Bond before because Bottle and Bond started in 1897 is when they really started to what would you give the word when they started to really pay attention? It was Colonel H.
They're
Taylor?
trying to protect the industry because
Yeah.
there was so much just shenanigans and there was so much fraud happening in the
Right.
industry. So the whole Bottled and Bond, they advocated for that. So the people doing it reputably, sure, you got to pay a little bit more,
Mhm.
but your customers know they're getting a quality product and not,
Spit.
spittoons or turpentine or
Oh, that's what they were doing because they were
You
trying.
know.
They were trying to make money and they were trying to elongate that barrel that they had. So they would put
what word did you just
stuff
use?
in it. What's that?
What word did you just use?
Stuff.
Oh, elongate. I was
Elongate.
trying to be a 12 years. I was trying to be a 12-year.
Well, you use spittoon, so
I did,
that could be,
I did. So Matt, your whiskey again for the last year, the thing that you liked the most.
It was the High West Double
the
Rye.
High West Double Rye. I'm torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. We did that whiskey classic, and I had that 1792 barrel pick
Mhm.
from AB Liquors. That was really, really nice. But it was hot.
That was
I
hot.
like I like the high proofs.
Yeah.
August is like, get that devil water away from me.
Yeah. It's it's the higher proof ones, the barrel proof stuff. I
Yeah.
know my my buddy Conrad searches it out. He's like, we got to get the barrel proof. And I'm like, man, it takes an hour off of my night.
It does.
It does.
You got it's
Especially
one
when,
and
like,
done. It really, you're
well,
not
'cause
doing.
We're blessed to have an amazing bourbon bar in Hamtramck called
Yeah.
the Painted Lady.
Oh yeah.
And their selection is insane. And every once in a while, someone will come in looking for something. And it's usually we go in there. I regularly go there either before and after DCFC soccer matches.
Oof, yeah.
So you're already having a good time.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
someone's like, oh, let's get out the Weller, select, the burgundy
Flamethrower.
label, barrel proof or something. I'm like, I know like the only ones that have it in Southeast Michigan, right? Because Andy Dow does who owns a place that travels around the country getting bourbons and stuff. And it's like, man, here we go. Really, Conrad, you had to get the barrel proof again. And then it's like, all right, now I got to sit in the bar and drink water for an hour before I can drive home. It just changes the landscape.
It's only Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What's wrong with that?
Well, it's actually Saturdays at 6, but still.
But that 1792 barrel proof, the store pick was gorgeous. And then my other favorite was the Willet pot stilled. You and I did the Willet pot stilled.
We did do that episode, yes. That was nice stuff. I forgot that we had tried that. That was a tasty. That was good. And I believe there was one or two of those Old Foresters we did that was just they stood out from the other ones. And I really want to check my notes from that show because I picked one that night that I thought was really good. And I feel like I can't see them all. Like if you can get to a store that has them all, write that down, put that pin in the map because usually you can only get access to one or two of them.
Either the 1920, but that's like a $61 bottle, right? And it's nice. It's and then the Statesman that we did last.
The Statesman, that was going to be that was the second one I was going to do. Not because it's actually really, really good. Because I love the Prohibition Old Forester, but then the Statesman just kind of took it up another notch.
Yeah, I do like going the Butter Run in St. Clair Shores and getting the birthday bourbon. The Old Forester birthday.
The good old Butter Run.
Yeah.
And I'm close to that place now, which is awesome
dangerous,
and scary.
Dangerously good. And we did a magnificent tasting of the 3-quart bourbon. Neil Giraldo's
well done.
Giraldo. His 3-quart bourbon. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, still can't say his damn name right. But we did a tasting in the very private upstairs there. But yeah, the owner there, he's like so generous and so kind and such a just and beyond crazy selection of bourbon. And then he's got his private closet upstairs.
Dave Harden. Dave.
Great. He's super generous, and then it's just nuts. So, but David Wright, the Motor City Hypnotist.
Yes, sir.
So we threw the Jack Daniel's Bottled and Bond at
did.
You saw the label, you said Jack Daniel, and you're like, okay, here we go. College, strap yourself in.
I will say you made a good point earlier that sometimes Jack Daniel's, because it's so common, it doesn't get that respect as far as a good whiskey.
Sure.
goes.
Same with Jim Beam. They both of their higher ends get kind of looked past.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that way. Like I don't have Jack at home. I just unless we're gonna have a party and then I have it for mixer. So that shows you I'm already think of it as a mixing whiskey, not a drinking whiskey.
No, for sure. I was at an event last night and I said we need a bourbon to mix because I'm not going to put 4 roses in these people's Cokes anymore.
Yep, there you go.
And so I ran across the street and they grabbed a bottle of Jack Daniels.
There you go.
All right, I'll make you Jack and Cokes. That's fine.
So you August, you've been bartending for a long time.
Yeah.
And how many times did you pour a Jack and Coke for folks?
I couldn't even tell you the amount of Jack and Cokes that I poured. I can't.
Right.
Well, the question is, when they say Jack and Coke, do you just give them?
No, we give
whiskey.
Jack. No,
you give it to them when they ask for
Jack
it.
as well.
Yeah.
Jack and G.
Not in Hamtramck dive bars. Actually, for years and years, our well was Heaven Hill, which I thought was perfectly acceptable for a well whiskey.
Yeah.
At Painted Lady, it's Buffalo Trace. That's their well. So
that's
they buy it by the multi-barrel, so that's why they get it that way. So but yeah, I poured a lot of Jack and Cokes, a lot of Crown and Cokes, a lot of CC and Cokes. Yeah.
So Dave, what about you? In this past calendar year, what's a whiskey that you're our Basil Hayden connection?
I am. I do love the Basil Hayden.
He keeps the bar cart stocked here at the Podcast Your Voice studios with the Basil Hayden. Appreciate
there's
that.
some Basil Hayden over there.
No, we're out right now.
Okay, you're out. Okay. So much for keeping it stocked.
I mean, I will have to say my go-to. Exactly.
I'm
We
about to get
drank
up-
it all.
I'm about to
Yeah.
drop the headsets
did.
and head over there, and you're like, oh wait, but not
Oh,
today.
but we're out.
But
We're
we're
out.
out.
It's
Yeah,
not there now. But I will say honestly, Basil Hayden is my go-to just to kind of casual.
Alright.
It's the rye. Basil Hayden rye is the one.
That's
I
the one.
favor.
That's
Yeah.
great.
That's the
I
one
like
I
the,
stick
the
with.
dark rye, or the
Mhm.
rye?
Dark
The
rye.
The dark rye. That
yep.
is highly drinkable,
Mhm.
dangerously highly drinkable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was another. We had that and the Woodford Reserve Rye were our 2 bottles for Thanksgiving this year.
Right. So, but over the year, was there something that you had this year? It was like, oh, I really like this.
Honestly, no, because nothing. It's. I hate to say I don't drink enough to get a real taste, because when I like something, I just stick with it and I don't vary much.
I get it.
But I did get, what was it? I got a bottle as a gift. If Ralph's probably not listening, but is it
Yes.
Next
motherfucking bourbon or MF and bourbon, or
Oh, wow. Okay.
do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Because
I
I never
know.
heard of it and I haven't cracked it open yet. But I'm, who knows?
It just
I'm
just
gonna,
for
in
the
fact, I'm gonna bring it
customers.
in for the cart. We'll
Okay.
test it out.
Well,
All right.
it's hanging out with these guys, or else I don't get out of my usual zone, right? I would just have a
Right.
bottle of Buffalo Trace, a bottle of Old Forester
Mhm.
Rye, or the Woodford Reserve, Woodford Reserve Rye, or my go-to at Caju Cafe every Tuesday night, Gobble Gobble.
Wild
turkey.
My wild turkey.
Mhm.
Wild turkey is it just again not given enough credit.
It gets all the credit in the blind taste tests, but never when
Yep.
people know what they're drinking.
Mhm.
Yep. The and again the one I raged about, Long Branch.
Yes.
Wild
Yes.
turkey Long Branch.
Yes.
But Matthew McConaughey was came on as like a celebrity sponsor for a little bit.
We
But
got him
he
on the show
actually-
next week, right?
Yep.
All right. All right.
He actually
all
quit.
right.
All right.
He quit. He
he quit.
He
Okay.
tagged out. It was like 3-4 years, or maybe more than that.
Did he quit then drive away in his Lincoln?
Mhm,
Or-
mhm. Yeah,
all right.
yeah. But he's
He
not.
re-upped with them though.
So they're still
why
doing
he
they're
drove
still
away.
doing the Long Branch, but they took his signature off of it.
Oh.
Because he's getting older and you're staying the same age.
Yeah,
That
that's it,
microphone's
that's
wigging
it,
out
that's
on him
it,
again.
yeah,
It's all good.
Hold on.
Just an unplug.
Bam.
it.
There we
is
go.
it.
Like you said.
Bam.
Bam. So I'm continuing to sip on this bottled and bond Jack Daniels.
Right. Yeah, I put it in with a big.
Yeah,
Clear
I went with the
cube.
big,
Big clear
cube
cube.
myself too.
And Jamie is a aficionado on how to make ice. Apparently,
Yeah, it's the clearest damn ice cube I've seen since I was at
Isn't that
Weiss
nice?
Distilling.
we've
Isn't
talked
that
about
pretty?
this.
That's nice.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
talked about
pretty-
this a few times, and I need another lesson. Is what I need.
Yeah. It's a bread knife, a hammer.
A knife, a fork, a bottle, and a cork. Is that how you spell New York?
and some
Nice.
purified water.
And
And,
no, not just. I just use tap water on these. But you just like a little baby cooler, like a lunchbox size one, like maybe like
Oh, you make the big
six,
brick.
6 by
Okay.
8.
All right.
Put it in the freezer for about a day, about 22 hours, 24 hours, 22 hours,
Such
and
a
it only
clock.
freezes about halfway
2 hours. Okay.
22
We'll write
a
that down.
day.
Okay.
Slightly shy of a day. And
Slightly
but if you
those
go
last
if you
2
go
hours, man, I'm telling
No,
you, that's
see,
that's the change.
it starts
right?
getting thicker. But and so the bottom half is still water. And when you take it out, it spills all over the place. And
the mouse.
mouse. Oh, all right. And so then with the bread knife, you just kind of score it and then tap it with the hammer, and it breaks like a diamond. If I feel like a diamond cutter,
Secret is ball bearings.
that's it. Ball bearings.
It's all ball bearings
It's all ball
nowadays.
bearings. All right, right on.
Well,
Well,
dude,
Maybe you boys need a refresher course.
Bill here is not wrong in
Mm.
his like you drink wild turkey as like a dare or a penalty shot. It started as our penalty shot at feather bowling. If we lost four points in a round, it's like, damn it, penalty shot, and they have to bring out a tray of wild turkey. And then I'm like, man, this stuff, I thought I was torturing us with this.
Yeah,
and it's
no.
really not
Mhm.
bad.
Yeah,
all
especially
started.
the foolproof. Or
Oh yeah,
the
we're just doing the basic,
Yeah.
your dad's wild turkey.
old granddad.
Yeah,
There's some of the old granddads, the
Yeah.
Bottle and Bono granddad.
we did that with our author friend down in Kentucky. We did the old granddad.
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
it's
Bottle and
those are surprisingly good. So it's like some of these like the heritage names, the standard names that are like well drinks at a
Mhm.
lot of places.
Yeah, like the Heaven Hills and everything else that's made at that distillery. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
different thing.
but
Yeah.
but they're just I don't think they get the respect they deserve. And I'm glad that the Jack Daniels Bottled and Bond came in at number 1 there on
Yeah.
the Whiskey Advocates list that we were talking about.
I can see why they would say this would be an exciting new whiskey.
Yes.
Because it is very different from what we've had from Jack Daniels in our lifetimes.
Mhm.
It's very, very
Yeah,
different.
I mean, we've all had Gentleman Jack, and that might be the one to compare this to.
And we've
know?
had the Sinatra
Yes.
Select. We've had
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's
one.
like
Yeah.
way that's like crazy good
Yeah.
too.
the Sinatra Select. Really, kind of, it's a fun
I
story.
don't
of
know
how
if they discontinued.
That's out of
that or
production,
not.
No, it's out of
Yeah.
production. They only
Yeah.
did it for his birthday.
Yeah.
But the way that they scored the inside of the barrels, they not just normal wise, but they actually went sideways, like
Yeah.
more diagonal, and scoring the inside of the barrel
So
itself.
there
for
was
the
so much
Sinatra
more
Select. surface
surface
area.
space.
Yeah. Mhm.
to get that char going.
Mhm.
You know, Bill, we'd have you on the show, but we're not going to let you pollute the booze with Diet Coke. It's not allowed.
We will. We got to bring Bill in.
Yeah.
We have to record at 11:59 one night,
Absolutely correct.
and
yes.
then have Bill in.
Yeah.
That would be the
Absolutely.
time to record. All right, so that was good, gentlemen. Thank you. I think we got it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. That's the podcast stuff in the podcast spaces. Wearingfunny.com. All kinds of cool, fun t-shirts on there. And then yeah. So I don't
Well, and cheers to this is my first time in the new studio space.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so much more space. We can
So
kick,
much
we
more
can
space.
kick back. We can dance in here.
You're so far
We
over
can.
there. You're so
We
far
can.
over
I
there.
know.
You're so
it's
far over
it's a
there.
game. All right, gentlemen.
Quick, guys.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
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 Thank you, everyone, for listening in the Facebook world today.
Woohoo.
Thanks for our one fan, Bill.
Four.
Oh no, I